Hi Scorpio, welcome to Carol's Universe Tarot Readings from the Heart. So this is your August 2017 reading. Now, obviously I'm not on screen because I've decided just to show the cards. You'll see me on screen sometimes just to say hi, but I really like to show the spread to the audience. I'm doing the 21 card Gypsy Tarot spread, and I really want to try and get the readings a bit shorter, maybe around 20 minutes if I can. So, usually I do shuffle on screen, and I did shuffle on screen for this one, but I had to stop the recording for a reason. So I'm starting from the cards being laid for you. Now, you should know how this Gypsy Tarot spread works by now, because you've seen it often enough. I'm doing a general Gypsy Tarot spread for the month of August 2017. I might come back as well with another spread for some of you guys, which is the Triple Cross, which I do, the Storyteller's Triple Cross, which is very popular with my clients as well. But let's have a look at what's going on around the mental and emotional. So this top area here is usually either the situation or it's the crowning area where your thoughts are placed. So around the mental and emotional here, we've got the Nine of Pentacles being the situation here. The Nine of Pentacles is an interesting card because it's all about accumulation and gain, but it's also about somebody who is comfortable in their surroundings. So they tend to have, you know, all of the material trappings of wealth. You don't have to be wealthy to be a Nine of Pentacles. The Nine of Pentacles can be, you know, a card where you've just got enough. You know, you've got enough food, you've got enough clothing, you've got a car maybe, you've got enough, just about enough money in the bank to survive. It really is a card simply about contentment, but contentment usually on a material plane, and usually this would reference one person, okay? So usually if a number 9 turns up, it can often represent that one person is going through something. If you get the Nine of Pentacles and it shows up in a relationship, you're in a relationship and you get the Nine of Pentacles, this is often somebody who is in a relationship, but they might feel on their own a little bit in that relationship. Nine of Pentacles can also represent a home, a house, an apartment, a flat, for example. It can also represent a home business or a business that somebody has worked on, because the Falcon here is the business that somebody has developed. Okay, so this woman has learnt falconry, she's learned to trade, and it's made her money for her. So this is often the card about somebody who might run a business off their own, that type of thing, or indeed work for others. But it does show a sense of being, there's a very much a self-focus, I feel, that goes with the number 9s, and this one is definitely self-focused. Nine of Pentacles can also represent a middle-aged woman, or a woman who's in the prime of her life who likes to go out and lunch. This can also be a card that represents places of luxury, so going to a nice hotel or going for a massage or that type of thing. The Nine of Pentacles can also represent somebody who is quite high maintenance as an individual. I've seen this card show up for females, for example, that come for readings, and you know, some of them have wondered, well, why did my boyfriend leave? And it's probably because of this sometimes. Nine of Pentacles being a little bit too high maintenance. But the situation in all, I think, is around the self, because 9s for me usually represent the self, one person in a focus, because they're ruled by the Hermit energy. So you guys, the situation might be that you're focusing on your wealth, accumulation of wealth, your environment, your businesses, maybe if you do run a business, your work. You might be focusing on but it, you know, the Nine of Pentacles isn't, in a way the Nine of Pentacles can be about self-value, and I mean inner self-value, but that inner self-value is to do with the things that you've managed to build up. Nine of Pentacles can also be a card that represents having great pleasure in life, because Pentacles represents sexual pleasure as well as pleasure to do with food, pleasure to do with the external things of life that make us feel good. So there might be the focus on great pleasure here. And why is that? What is your mental and emotional? How do you mentally and emotionally feel about that? Well, the Two of Swords. And the Two of Swords, mentally and emotionally, how you'd feel about this. For me, this is about focusing on this. Some of you guys, it might be that you're kind of in two minds. But the Two of Swords, yes, it can mean that somebody is in two minds. Especially, why would you be in two minds? Well, the situation is the Nine of Pentacles. And this is about, as I've said, inner focus, but inner focus on a very material plane. Your focus goes as far as what you're building in terms of finances, in terms of wealth, in terms of material possessions. For some of you guys with the Two of Swords, it might be that you're in two minds about what you've been building, because if the situation is the Nine of Pentacles and mentally you feel like the Two of Swords, it might be, well, I've got to make a decision. Some of you guys might need to make a decision on where you live, for example, with the Nine of Pentacles. Some of you guys might need to make a decision in the job that you do or the business that you run with the Nine of Pentacles. Some of you guys might be needing to make a decision in terms of maybe what you look like or your clothing or that type of thing. But for some of you guys, because the Two of Swords is a decision card, mentally it might be that you have to make a decision on this area here. For some of you guys, it might be, because the Two of Swords is not just about the process of decision making and the need to kind of decide what it is that you want. It's also a card that represents the need to focus to the detriment of everything else. And you can see on the card that this person here is ignoring her feelings. So what she's doing is she's logically focusing on what she feels. With the Two of Swords, we often focus on what we feel is the best thing to focus on. And that's to the detriment of how we truly feel about a situation. So the situation is the Nine of Pentacles, and it might be something to do with the material, yes, your resources, for example, with the Nine of Pentacles as well, and that could be manifesting as how you emotionally feel about it is the Two of Swords. And the Two of Swords for me, emotionally wise, is where you are completely self-focused on an area, and that is you block out how you truly feel and you're completely focused because you think, well, this is the right thing to do. Well, what's the reason for that? Well, we have the High Priestess in the reverse. High Priestess in the reverse is really where, when it's in the upright, it's about intuition and paying attention to what your deep feelings are on a matter, because we know that when you have a deep feeling about a situation, Scorpio, and you're paying great attention to that, and the voice of God in your ear, which is our intuition, is speaking to us, we tend to pay attention to what our ears are telling us. But the High Priestess in the reverse for me is a kind of like a lack of clarity around your intuition. So there's something here that's not being revealed to you as yet, and I feel that until something in the month of August is revealed to you, you stay this, you stay being this. Okay, Two of Swords, very focused on yourself. Nine of Pentacles, because Nine of Pentacles is very much a self card as well. It's just like the Two of Swords. The similarities between the Two of Swords and the Nine of Pentacles is definitely, for me, a focus on the self. The Two of Swords is about logical focus, mental focus. The Nine of Pentacles is focus on the exterior, the external, the things that we have, the money that we have, the business, the homes that we live in, that type of thing. So the situation could be around resources, Nine of Pentacles, but the resources that you as an independent person, whether you're in a relationship or not, might have. You know, your possessions, for example, because the Nine of Pentacles can also mean the possessions that we hold as a result of the work that or effort we've put into something here. Security, the situation might be around your possession, your resources, your security as a person, a standard of living, for example, with the Nine of Pentacles. And how does that manifest mentally and focus, mentally and emotionally? You might be in two minds, because it might be with the High Priestess. There's still something there that needs to open up to you. There's still something there. There's still something more that needs to be revealed with this High Priestess in the reverse, okay? But there's an uncertainty as to maybe for some of you guys what that is. So it might be that some of you guys are doing something here that is bringing in the dollars, that is giving you, you know, financial comfort. But it might be that mentally and emotionally you're in two minds about this, because there's still something else that needs to open up and be revealed to you. But you might not be completely sure what that is. Your intuition may not be completely on point with that, okay? Also, some of you guys, because the High Priestess in the reverse can say that you're trying to force your intuition, you're trying to force an answer. The situation around the Nine of Pentacles, it might be that some of you guys are in the gilded cage. You know, what you want to do is you want to primarily focus on yourselves for whatever the reason is with this Nine of Pentacles energy, in which how it's materializing mentally and emotionally is that you're completely focused on this area. Well, why are you focused? Because there's an uncertainty that's happening here. All right, you're trying to find that intuition in terms of a situation, but it's probably not forthcoming. So if intuition isn't forthcoming around the situation, Scorpio, it might be that some of you guys might feel it's best to keep things the way they are and focus completely on something here until something here with the High Priestess comes to light. Let's have a look at what's going on around your present situations. Well, there's focuses on, again, another pentacle. So the Ace of Pentacles is all about manifestation of finances. It's a card that represents gain. It represents found small, because pentacles are about sorry, not pentacles, aces, they're ruled by the Magician, so they're the lesser they're the lesser energy of a magician. Magician would be a bigger manifestation card. But because these are sort of the subjects of the magician, they represent concepts that we have. So there's a concept here, but when you get the Ace of Pentacles, it's not like the Ace of Wands. Ace of Wands is an idea. It's like the Ace of Swords. Ace of Swords, Ace of Wands both represent ideas. Ace of Wands represents new creative expression, new ideas, new relationship, anything that, because it's fire energy, it's about anything that sprouts up, grows. It's about planting a seed and watching something grow. It's the flash of an idea. It's all of those things. Ace of Swords, because it's a sword card. Swords represent mental energy, so it could be a new idea. They also represent struggles, a new struggle. They also represent to severe, to cut, to detach, so it can represent the ending of something here. But with the Ace of Pentacles, it's solid form. So for me, whenever I see Pentacles, and you see the Ace of Pentacles on the Page, Knight, Queen and King of Pentacles cards, it represents pure potential. Okay, this, yes, it shows up when you're receiving money, obviously, yeah, when you're being offered, because any card that holds out a hand like that, for me, it shows an offer that's coming to the client. So the Ace of Pentacles can represent a financial offer, or, you know, a new job that's being offered. It could be because Pentacles represent earthly aspects. They represent agriculture, buildings, housing. It can represent a new home, the potential for a new home. You can see on this card, a little bush, and you can see kind of like a little gateway entrance. So there's a potential for maybe a move for some of you guys that you'll be focusing on, and we do have this here as well. So there could be the potential for a move, but it's usually potential as well for maybe business. All Pentacles are pure potential. This is also the potential for something to be long term, and that might be the focus for some of you guys here. But what's going on as a result of that? How is that manifesting in the present situation? Well, we've got the Three of Swords. So around something that had potential, it might be that some of you guys are, you know, going through some form of a disagreement, because the Three of Swords often means disagreements as well. It can mean heartbreak. It can mean third-party situations, but I don't think it's that. I think that there is potential in a situation here, but I feel as a result of that, the Three of Swords says around this potential, there's going to be some disagreement for some of you Scorpios, Three of Swords, and it can be, you know, disagreement with three people, disagreement with a group of people. It can mean, you know, because the Three of Swords is about words, and words that affect us emotionally. It can also mean needing to get to the heart of a matter. So we're needing to do some clarity or clarifying on a situation, because that's what the Three of Swords is. It's not just about disagreements. If there is a disagreement with the Three of Swords, it's needing to get to the heart of the matter. It's needing to discuss, to cleanse, to open up about a situation. So for some of you guys, it might not necessarily, you know, I think there's going to be some disagreements potentially on a potential of a situation. Could be around money. It could be around the potential of doing something new, house move, a new business, you know, long-term situation. But it might be that what you guys are experiencing is the Three of Swords. And Three of Swords is often severance or disagreement or disappointment, but also the need to, you know, get to the heart of a matter, to discuss it, to unearth what the problem is. Let's have a look what the reason is for that. Because there's a massive burden, some of you guys. I'm not going to say it's massive, but I'm going to say that there is some burden that's being carried here with that Ten of Swords. And I feel that, you know, if it had been the other way around, it would say that you're going through a massive burden, possibly because of some disappointment. But the good thing is that this shows in a different direction. It says that you've got the Three of Swords, some disappointment coming in because there's a massive burden that's taking place. It could be the situation shows around money, or something that showed some form of potential, or long-term potential with this Ace of Pentacles. Let's have a look at what your hopes and desires are. Well, the situation is some of you guys with the Eight of Swords might feel limited. Could be by other people's words. It could be by other people's actions. Because the Eight of Swords is not just about our own limitations, mental limitations with the Eight of Swords. The Eight of Swords also references, when this card comes up, it also references limitations by other people's words, because the swords are outside of this woman. So sometimes, because the swords represent words, ideas, struggles, this can be what other people are saying to you that's holding you back. So the situation might be for some of you guys that there is external communication from others that are holding you back. It can be because of your own thoughts. It can be the situation around your hopes and desires is something that's quite frustrating for some of you Scorpios coming up in August. It can be for some of you guys that you do feel bound and the inability to move forward in a certain direction. But what are your hopes as a result of that? Well, you're hoping for release because you've got Judgment showing here. So it's a good reading so far. Yeah, there are some difficult pieces showing up, but your hopes are very positive because we've got one card that shows release and relief. It shows healing, the Judgment card does. It shows a judgment being made as well. But I feel that looking at the two energies, Eight of Swords does show the situation being one where you guys might be feeling possibly it's either mental limitations by other people's words or their actions, feeling held back, feeling a sense of frustration for some of you guys, but your hopes will be Judgment, and that is the release of it. The release of it can come through communication, because Judgment is a communication card. It shows when you're calling something out. It's not just unexpected communication, but it's also communication. The horn on here is blowing to these people here, and these people here are arising from the dead. It's a situation that hasn't been tackled. So I feel that your hopes are to tackle a situation, especially here if the situation with the Three of Swords is showing some pent-up angst because of the Ten of Wands. There's a struggle with the situation for some of you guys. It could be that whatever this struggle is that's causing the angst with that Three of Swords or the disagreement, it could be that the situation around your hopes is that you feel a sense of hopelessness about it, because the Eight of Swords can be a sense of hopelessness in a situation in which you're hoping that this can be tackled. Because I feel that these people rising from the dead, the people, and the people rising from the dead, Scorpio, the people that have been asleep for a long time. So it's a situation that's not being really tackled. And it could be correlate definitely to the Ten of Wands, because the Ten of Wands often shows somebody who's hiding from something, somebody who doesn't want to tackle something here. All right, and it might show in this card what it is that's not being tackled. But something's not being tackled here. Ten of Wands is not just a huge burden. You can build up a huge burden because you're not discussing it with the Ten of Wands. You're hiding behind a shield and something's being held back and it's not being discussed and it's not being opened up. And the hope would probably be to open up on this situation with the Judgment energy. And what's the reason for opening up on it? Because of the Hierophant. Some of you guys might be in a commitment. It might also be because there's advice that you're receiving here with the Hierophant energy. It might be because it's the right thing to do. It might be because your inner wisdom says, I need to open up on this. Okay, some of you guys, you might be in a committed relationship here, and this might be what's filtering through to this area here. Might be for some of you guys as a committed relationship, and as a result of that, the situation is the Eight of Swords. Things aren't being tackled or dealt with, and we would hope, for some of you guys, the hope will be that it's tackled with the Judgment card, that whatever it is, remember the Judgment card is just a card about suppressed energy that comes out. It's like the Tower, but it's less violent in a way. So your hopes will be for Judgment, that something is resolved, something is opened up, because I think that the root energy for what's going on in the present, which is this area here, the Three of Swords, is because somebody's holding back on something, and the hopes are that this is released because of a Hierophant. And the Hierophant can be because of, wise guidance that you're given, or it can be because it's your own guidance, it's the right thing to do, or it could be because you're in a commitment or something like that. Let's have a look at what's going on in your expectations in the month of August. Well, unfortunately, let's have a look. The situation is death. All right, so some of your focus might be on death, endings, big changes in the situation with the death card. The death card really is just a transition situation. So around your expectations, the focus might be on an ending, death, transition, massive ending of a cycle, entering into a new one. Because this is, even though death represents an ending, it also represents new beginnings. Death also represents Scorpio. So when you take on your own characteristics of your major, you become that card. So death card is about shedding a skin. So for some of you guys, the situation or your focus might be on yourselves shedding some form of a burden here, especially as we see the burden here. And there is release that is needed here. It could simply be, and it goes down actually in a diagonal, okay? You've got, the ending or a new beginning here, and with the Judgment it concerns release over maybe a very kind of trying situation that some of you guys have been trying to block out. But around the expectation bit, we've got death, and death is, as a Scorpio person, for you Scorpios, it will be shedding something in your life. And what are you expecting as a result to manifest? Well, you're expecting worry. Nine of Swords. So some of you guys, it might be your focus is on ending something in your life here, in which what you're expecting is worry. It's either that you're going to be worried or the other person will be worried. What's the reason for that? Because of the Ten of Cups. And that's because some of you guys, you know, it could be the end, but, you know, we don't have the Ten of Swords showing here. So this is something that you clearly don't want to end, all right? Because there's happiness here for you guys with this Ten of Cups. We've got a good card, and this is why. This card here, let me just think about this, because we've got a really good card showing here in the Ten of Cups. Now, when you look at a bad ending of a situation, it's usually Ten of Swords that would show up, which would show something that ends in the worst possible way. But the Ten of Cups can be a transition card, but the problem is we've got your expectations being the Nine of Swords. And why are you upset? Well, you're upset because something is clearly very good here in your life, the Ten of Cups. But that is factoring around the situation being death. Now, I don't think that you guys would be worried if this was a change for the better. So some of you guys, the focus is on an ending in a situation here, in which what you're expecting is upset and worry, because there's happiness. There's great happiness here with this Ten of Cups. So this is either, if it's a love thing, it's either that the other person you're worried about, Nine of Swords, because maybe they're happy. Or it's that you're worried here because really, you know, this is a good situation that you're in. You know, to me, this looks like Scorpio is getting in its own way again. Just looking at this expectation area here, it looks like you're getting in your own way, to be honest with you, because we've got a very good card here. What are any hidden factors you can't see coming in for August? Well, we've got Three of Cups, which is nice. Yes, it can be third-party situations, but it can also be great joy, happiness, reconciliations. It can be great partnerships, friendships, you know, coming together with others. It can be a successful situation, a successful partnership, the start of a new venture, because threes represent beginnings and they're ruled by the Empress. What can you not see coming in as a result of that? Oh, well, that's good. Wheel of Fortune. So as a result of this, there's a change coming in, Wheel of Fortune. And this could be a change that's unexpected, but it could say that things are actually on the up for you with the Wheel of Fortune. And what's the reason for the Wheel of Fortune? Oh, because of the Six of Wands. So there's victory coming in for you guys. These are pretty good. I think this is Scorpio getting in its own way. I think Scorpios are prone to depression. And when Scorpios are prone to depression, they start to think all sorts of madness, basically. And the Nine of Swords is proving it, because the Nine of Swords shows something is probably all in your own head. Because really, the underlying thing is that you are happy in a situation here, Scorpio. But what you're doing is, I feel with just looking at these energies here, you might be putting some negative energy on a situation. I feel in the month of August 2017, because what you're not seeing coming in is joy, Three of Cups. And how that's manifesting is Wheel of Fortune. Lots of luck. Lots of, you know, a turn for the better with the Wheel of Fortune, because the Six of Wands. Victory, success, happiness. It's a good energy showing here coming up for you guys. What's happening in the latter stages of July? So you've got the Page of Cups, and that's communication. That's nice communication coming in. Whenever you get a Page of Cups, it's pretty much always good communication. It can be love communication. It can simply just be nice communication coming in. How does that manifest for you guys? Well, there we go, the Two of Pentacles. And I think that as a result of that, the Two of Pentacles, you know, the Two of Pentacles often represents, it can represent words like weighing up, it can represent words like transfer, but it can also represent, if you get it with the Sword card, it often represents banter, you know, funny communication, joke, because this is like the Joker, so it often represents banter, or, you know, and it's as a result of the situation being the Page of Cups. Two of Pentacles, but why do we have the Two of Pentacles? Oh, there we go. Because of love. This is fun, you guys, with the Two of Pentacles, because you've got a card here being the situation. Somebody's offering you love, or they're offering you an invitation. It might be you have to work out what you want to do or how you're going to do it, because maybe you're in love. Maybe you've got a relationship and maybe you can't fulfill everybody's criteria and what they want from you, because the Two of Pentacles means also having to manage several things. So what you might find is you're being invited or something like that with the Page of Cups to do something. It might be that you need to work out, can I not? It might be because you're in a relationship, you're in love, so you don't have time to fulfill everybody's expectations here. And what's the overall outcome for August? Well, the Page of Wands is nice. Some of you guys, it will be the situation is good news, nice news, new adventures, going out there, having a good time, exploring new territory with the Page of Wands, new creative expression, that type of thing. How does that manifest? Well, it's a man, a King of Wands, is in the overall outcome. Why does he show up? Because of strength. You've got a bond with an individual here. For some of you guys, if you're in something with someone and you're questioning it in August, don't question it. Don't question it. Because, you know, there's no point. It seems to me that some of you guys are questioning something here. And that's where this is an interesting energy, and this is an interesting, and this is interesting. But when I look at the outcome, it looks very good for Scorpio. Let's quickly go through the reading again. It's a very good reading for August, Scorpio, but you're letting your negativity get in the way, especially in the expectation here. All right? And also the Eight of Swords, which I now feel is a self-focused card for you guys. It looks here to me that you guys are trying to protect yourself in your mental and emotional area. I think you're trying to protect yourself from something, because often the High Priestess in the reverse is about trying to force an issue or wanting to force your intuition but still not being able to gain that clarity. And that's why we've got the Two of Swords here. Well, the Two of Swords now for me becomes a self-focus card and not being in two minds. I think there's a lot of self-focus that's going on here because the situation is the Nine of Pentacles. You have everything in your life, but it might be that you feel a little bit in the gilded cage, or you might just simply be self-focused on the material aspects of your life because you don't know what's going on. You don't know how you feel about a situation truly with the High Priestess energy. It's because there's a long-term situation here. The situation is about long-term potential. All pentacles represent pure potential of a situation. So there is the potential for something to be long-term, the situation around the present with the Ace of Pentacles. However, it's manifesting as the Three of Swords. Something needs to be relieved here. Something needs to be sorted out with that Three of Swords. I'm not saying you're going to have difficult communication, but definitely there's some form of, you know, ideas. Three of Swords can also, because swords represent ideas that are affecting you on an emotional basis, and it because of the Ten of Wands. I think some of you guys aren't opening up to something here. Ten of Wands often represents that you're struggling with something here. Some of you guys might be struggling with this commitment, okay? Because your hopes, well, the situation is the Eight of Swords, and the Eight of Swords represents, as I've said, other people's words, other people's ideas that hold us back, but also our own mental limitations and struggles, in which your hopes will be for judgment and relief, because you possibly are in some form of a commitment for some of you guys with the Hierophant. However, what you're expecting, well, your focus is completely on death, the ending of a situation, in which what you'll be expecting is tears, the Nine of Swords, because you are happy in the situation. You're happy with this situation. And I think what's happening here is some of you guys are happy in a situation, whether it be love or anything else. I think you're happy. But I think that what you're doing is you're putting your negativity on a situation, from what I can see in this reading. Because what you'll experience coming in is joy. The situation will be the Three of Cups. It's pure joy, in which what you can't see coming in is the Wheel of Fortune. Wheel of Fortune suggests something turns for the better, especially when you're getting with the Six of Wands. This is pure positive stuff that's coming in for Scorpio. You can't see it right now, but it's coming in for you. The immediate future shows the Page of Cups will be the situation, and that's communication. But it's beautiful, and it's loving, and it's sensual, and it's romantic communication, in which how that manifests is the Two of Pentacles. Now, the Two of Pentacles can be good banter. It can be having a laugh. You know, don't always feel that it's a card that represents, well, for some of you guys, it might be that you're being made all sorts of offers here, but you're needing to weigh up, can I do this? Can I, you know, do what this person wants and do what this person wants? Because maybe some of you guys are in a new relationship, so maybe you can't, or you're in a relationship and you're very much in love, and maybe you're trying to fulfill somebody's needs, your partner's needs, or maybe you're trying to fulfill some friends and family's needs. So Two of Pentacles represents the need to manage, okay? Two of Pentacles also represents transferal, but I wouldn't read it as that with this Two of Pentacles. Two of Pentacles can also mean good banter, having a laugh, having a good time. Because of the Ace of Pentacles, it could simply be that there's a new offer that comes in for some of you guys, and it feels great. You're just doing stuff, and you're enjoying life. But it looks great enjoyment. What we've got here is the overall outcome being the Page of Wands. Some of you guys in August might be holidaying. You might be exploring some new territory with the Page of Wands, especially if it's sunny. Could be how that manifests is there's a person around you, a King of Wands, for example, male or female. And why are they showing up? Because strength. This person is with you. So, you know, there's a very strong bond between you and another individual here. So I feel that if you are, I just get a sense of this reading, Scorpio, that what's happening with some of you guys in August is you're doubting a situation here. And, you know, you are putting your negative energy, and Scorpios are prone to putting negative energy on situations because Scorpios are very, very deep individuals, and they are prone to doing that. You can see it here and potentially here. But I think it's coming from a lot of you guys. It's coming from yourself, where you're putting a lot of negativity on a situation, but what you turn around and find is actually, what was I worrying all about? I think a lot of this is coming from you, and I feel that the point of the reading really for August is not to put your negative energy on situations. Number one, Scorpio, if you've got a problem, you're going to need to talk about it and open up about it. That's what I feel that you need to do. Okay, it can be that, you know, what you're not seeing is there's a turn, because we've got worry here, but in the expectations. But what you can't see is that you've got nothing to worry about. This will change, Wheel of Fortune, because maybe you make the approach. Maybe you say something. Maybe you're confident enough. Maybe this person's, you know, confident enough to speak to you about it. But I do feel that if there's something that's affecting you in the month of August and you've got negative energy on it, Scorpio, talk about it. Because clearly you want to do that. The hopes of this, Judgment, because you are feeling kind of consumed by some very negative energy with that Eight of Swords. So you need release. You're hoping for release from that. And that's because of the Hierophant. The Hierophant can also be where you're talking to someone. So it might be as a result of talking to someone you're hoping to release this energy here. All right, it's clearly here for me with the Three of Swords being the situation in August that there's a lot of kind of ideas or speech or something like that that's affecting you. And it seems to be because of the Ten of Wands. All right. Ten of Wands can be, yes, it can be hiding, but it can also be that you're hiding how you feel. All right, you might be hiding from a commitment here, okay? But there's a long-term situation, and how that's manifesting is the Three of Swords. And that is some form of needing to get to the heart of the matter, because I think there's a lot of kind of cleansing that needs to be done as a result of this, because the Ten of Wands. Some of you guys might be struggling with something here. It's clear that you want judgment from these struggles. You want judgment from this and this. So you want release from that, not only the thoughts that you think, but the struggles that you feel, possibly because you're in a commitment and you're worried about it. Your expectations are there's going to be worried because your focus is on the ending of something. But why are you worried? Well, because you're happy, because you're in a relationship, or whatever this is. You can apply it to whatever you want. You're in a relationship that makes you feel good and gives you the most emotional fulfillment. So if something makes you feel good and gives you the most emotional fulfillment, then why are you worrying about it? Whatever that is, relationship, work, whatever that is, Scorpio, why the hell are you worrying about it? Why are you worrying about it when you're so happy? This smacks to me of somebody who's a born warrior when I look at this reading. And I don't think you have any need to be, because things are turning out very, very well. Very, very well. The outcome shows a person, whoever this person is for you, Scorpio, that you have a strong bond with here, and you're going to be doing lovely things with that individual, because the Page of Wands is about reading books and going on adventures, for example, going to different countries, maybe traveling, exploring new territory, being really creative. And it's manifesting as a person that you'll do that with King of Wands, because you've got a very tight bond with this individual. So don't worry. If you've got worries, Scorpio, put them to bed, because it's your own negative aspects that will ruin shit for you, okay? Turn things around and make them more positive for yourself, okay? Whatever this is, work, love, however you want to see the reading, all right? It's fine here because this is a protection mode in the mental. Mentally, you're very focused because the situation is the Nine of Pentacles, okay? A lot of you guys are spending possibly a lot of time by yourself, in which mentally and emotionally you're the Two of Swords. But it's not just about spending time for yourself. This is a good card to get because you're focusing on your business, whatever that is. I'm not saying running a business, but you're focusing on yourself here with the Nine of Pentacles, in which mentally and emotionally it's important to you with that, because there's some, but don't let this, when I look at the Two of Swords, the self-focus of the Two of Swords mentally and emotionally because of the High Priestess, it suggests that you're forced to do this here because you can't work something out. Well, just let it rest. And that's because you're struggling. The root energy shows that you're struggling with something here, and that's why you're feeling the Three of Swords in the present, because of the potential of a situation. This smacks to me of somebody who is, you know, is completely kind of putting their own negative energy on a situation, and I don't think you should be. I think that you should try not to do that. Okay, let whatever this situation is just flow, and let it just develop in its own time, Scorpio. Okay, because I think that you're putting too much of negative energy on something here, because I think you're this smacks to me when I look at the spread of a born warrior, and I don't think you should be worrying in August at all. I think you should just be enjoying yourself. Especially the key card for me in this reading is the Ten of Cups. You're worrying because of the Ten of Cups, because you're happy, because you're in a relationship that, or you're in a work job, or whatever this is that you're happy in. But you can see here in the last three areas that everything turns out very, very well. Okay, it's manifesting as the Two of Pentacles, this Page of Cups, joy, happiness, good communication is manifesting as the Two of Pentacles. And I would say that that's kind of like having a good, it almost looks like somebody's doing a dance. Sometimes you've got to look at the card and look at what they're doing. He's hopping from one foot to the other. Don't always read the card generally. What does the card say to you? Somebody's doing a dance, all right? Doing a dance, trying to manage stuff kind of thing, because it might be that you're in a relationship here. So there might be, you know, your work, the relationship, this, that, and the other that you need to manage in that month. It's a bloody good reading. So if any of you guys are feeling negative about a situation, Scorpio, don't in August. Let it flow. Just let it flow. You're a born warrior, Scorpio. Okay, showing here the worry, and here worry cards. Here, 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 here. Okay, don't. And to a certain extent here. Don't worry about the situation. Go with the flow and enjoy it, whatever that situation is, and stop allowing your negative energy to ruin things for you. Okay, that's your reading for the month of August, your Gypsy Tarot spread reading. Scorpio, I would like to say thank you so much for joining me on Carol's Universe, and I will speak to you guys very soon, probably on another reading, which is going to be the triple cross for the month of August. I've decided to upload 2 readings per month now. I think it's great to do things that way. You get a flavour. For some of you guys, if one reading doesn't suit you, then the other one will. So, yeah, that's your reading, sweetie pies. Love you very much. Take care. Bye-bye.